Yo. Yo. Mic check. What up, what up, what up? We are back. Welcome to episode 3 of Money in the Future. Let's turn that down. All right, so obviously I wasn't here yesterday. FOMC rate cut. Sometimes you gotta know when to just take a break too. You gotta know when to walk away. You don't want to just be at this 24. These markets are open 23 hours a day, Monday through Friday. This is not something that you want to find yourself consumed with, man. Go get some dinner with your girl. Go check on your mama. There are things you can do besides trading these charts to just maintain some balance in your life, So I wasn't here yesterday. It is what it is. There's a couple reasons, but most importantly, that you don't have to do this all the time. The markets will always be here. The price action will always be moving. It's your decision to sit in front of the charts all day or not. So it's just my take, my opinion. We can see the price action that's been happening today so far. Big sell-off right at open. Boom, boom, boom. These are obviously, we're on the 5-minute chart. Let me go to my twist. On the 5-minute chart here. So we had big sell-off early in the morning. These big red candles. Strong reversal right after that, 7 a.m. It hit this pivot point. That's why I like to keep these on the chart to begin with. Look at that purple line. We hit that pivot point. Strong bounce. And when I say strong bounce, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Within 25 minutes, it was over all those moving averages. After this sell-off, you had a bearish cross right here where the red went over the blue, 50 over the 14. That sell-off reversed very fast. So you had 30 minutes of, minus these two candles, what looks like straight down, and then 25 minutes straight back up. So now, we chopped within that zone that we traded. We had this downtrend here, bouncing the uptrend here, and now we're just stuck right between these zones. So let me just draw that out from my own visuals. These are just the opens and the closes of those big candles minus the wicks or whatever, from that drop there. Because this was a different choppy range. This is where it actually made a move and came back. So we're in this range. You can see a strong support down here. A lot of buyers. Every time it got down here, back up. Down here, right back up. Down here, right back up. So that's almost what I would consider like a triple bottom. And you can see the move off the triple bottom. Boom, 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 boom. Bunch of green candles in a row. We just flipped all moving averages here. And you can see a bit of a rejection wick up there at the top. But again, that's after that big bullish move from down here 25,465 all the way up to 25,605, 607 maybe it looks like it went to. And you know, it might want higher. We're trading at that 600 level right now, but that's a 120 point move just off that low yet again. So let's look at this price action as it fills up again, as it reverses. We see this blue, the blue and white. I told you white is the 21 moving average, but I pay more attention to the 14, which is the blue one, and the 50, which is the red one. We can see this 14 EMA creeping up and curling up, wanting to come up here and cross with the 50, giving us a bullish cross on the short term. I'm sure you've probably already seen that cross on a shorter time frame. Boom, we go to the 2 minutes, that cross already happened. The blue 14 is back above the red 50, and look at that bullish move. I was just talking about it hanging out in the 200s. That's a 10-point move just that quickly. But yes, we're still in the opening range zone, but I do want to see, this has been a strong level of resistance earlier. When price came back up here, it was not able to get above and rejected very hard for a second time. So I'm really interested. You know, the next time it could only get up here. We've got this sort of W shape that it's making, and just like that, another 7 points from 600 to 617 down to 615 and going. Let's see if it wants to break this level and keep it pushing, and that might give us a bit of an entry. There's no real like retest of the EMAs or anything happening yet. This is just straight bullishness. 25,625, just that fast. So you gotta you gotta be patient. Gotta let it decide what it wants to do up here, because look at that intense rejection top wick just happened right again once it reached this zone that it rejected at last time. Couldn't even get up there right here before it rejected down hard. But now we've made it through all of that resistance back up here at this level, and I'm very curious as to how it behaves. I'm sure there's a lot of people that saw it make this move and it's like, hey, it's gonna fill this whole box. It's ready to capture the rest of this move. But this level of resistance is interesting. We might have some really big sellers. They sold really big up here at open. They sold really big after the 7 o'clock bounce back. So this is, perfect time to be patient and let the market show you what it wants to do. Look at that. Look at that. It did want to fill the rest of that zone, but you see how fast it did it. It wasn't a slow grind. It pushed right through that resistance area after it slowed down there for a second. Doesn't mean it won't retrace again. A lot of that could just be bulls at the top taking profit. You just rode this whole move. Now we're talking about a closer to a 170 point move. So these sells at the top are not surprising. Look, we're right back in this area, and now we've got a little bit of a red candle. It was needed for a retracement, because look at that extension. It kind of extended away from all typical price action that was happening around here. So retracement here is natural. I almost it would have been breaking my rules to short up here, because there's nothing really stopping it from continuing up into this area if it wanted to. But this is also a very good short. If you would have been up here short at 25,637, you're already at 617. That's a 20-point win. You gotta look at that bottom wick on that red candle too. Obviously, after all of those green candles, we know that there are buyers present. There are buyers here that want to send price higher. So that I did want to see some red candle, just some retracement. Obviously, it didn't retrace all the way down to the 14 EMA, which would have been a nice little entry for me. But currently, retracing from that top move, totally typical, totally understandable. Longs are obviously still in play. We're up over all of these moving averages. I think you just wanted to kind of find a new space. Again, that was an overextended move. So we came back down from 637, and right now we're at 615. Yeah, just another one of those moments where you gotta let price show you what it wants to do. This was the move, the breakout from this level. Boom, 5 green candles in a row. That was the original move, and now you're waiting to see what's happening next. Another 5 points down as this red candle. Yeah, it needs a little support down here. It was overextended. I don't use too much of the RSI, but look how it's been moving today, and look at that current move right there. It was clearly over the green line, which means overbought, overextended, and this long red candle is showing a reasonable reversal. That is now a roughly 40 point red candle after that move. So this is, it's very easy to get chopped up. If you were bullish when you saw that kaboom and you said, hey, we're getting out of this box, we're going, it wouldn't have been the craziest thought, but you gotta hold on through a move like that. And we hit that 600 level. You can see a lot of volume at that 600 level. It even extends into this box here. And so you get a pop from the 600 level right back to the 608. I expect this to kind of, even if this is just a bull flag forming out, that was a 40 point rejection from the top. And now you gotta kind of let it base and find itself. I don't expect it to skyrocket back up in this candle. I don't expect it to drop to the EMA in this candle. I don't expect either one of those moves in this candle. Those bigger moves kind of already happened, and now this is the time where it'll find the space that it wants to be. I do think it's showing that it might want to hang out over the 600 area. I've told you, like, human psychology and those round numbers, a lot of times there will be a lot of action at them, buys and sells. People like round numbers. It is what it is. I'm still interested in the long once this chart kind of bases and finds a new level of support here. I'm interested in the long for the next leg up. But there's still a chance that we can retrace and come back down to this 14 EMA. Not out of the question at this moment. So you guys, I meant to set up the other thing. You guys can watch this price action, and I'll be right back. And look at that reaction. So I said I didn't expect it in the candle that was forming, but in the very next candle, you get that boom. A little bit of rejection again, right at that zone that it rejected last time. $25,615 is our current trading level. I want to check NVIDIA, and I want to go ahead and drop the link. All right, we've got some candles kind of showing a direction. Again, still having a hard time up there. Those top wicks are showing that it's has to fight through that previous resistance, but it looks like it wants to win that fight. Alright, so yeah, that move has happened. Red candle still rejecting that same zone. You gotta, this is why, again, as much as I thought longs were in play, you don't see me jumping into a buy or a sell or anything at this level. It's just too much of a toss-up to go either direction. This is not a clearly long or clearly short, as much as it's a what will it do, how will it react at this same level that it reacted at last time. Because again, when it did it here, it was a big green candle, then a big red candle, then another big green candle, and then another big red candle before the flush began. And it wasn't like it didn't chop during the flush. Big green candle right here, big green candle right here, but it still went all the way down before reacting. So we're at the same level again. This was very hard resistance. Even when it tried, boom, when it tried to get through there, got through there and got shot right back down. So this is that slow push over this resistance right here. And this is the 2-minute chart where I said that bullish cross had already happened. Let's check out the 5-minute chart. And you see that just looks like another big full candle headed to 630s and above. It has broken that resistance one more time. It's gonna hang out right at the top of this level. $25,630. New 5-minute candle just formed. It's gonna push down, make a little bottom wick. Now let's see if it wants to behave how it did the last time. And honestly, when we're looking at the 2-minute chart, I don't do as much, looking at the chart structure on the lower time frames, because there are a lot more fake outs on those time frames. More on the 1-minute chart, you get a lot of wicks, a lot of fake outs, a lot of craziness, as opposed to the 2-minute chart where you do see a little more of the formation. 5-minute chart, clear formation. 15-minute chart, even more clear. This looks like a lot of barcoding, but at least it showed what was happening in these 15 minutes. It's very, very clear what was happening in these candles. Very clear. So the higher the time frame you go, the more you'll really see like what's going on. A lot of the 30-minute chart is really interesting. Obviously haven't had that bullish cross. We're sitting above these EMAs, top wicks. Check the 1 hour. We got that one big, then that reversal. What looks like a red doji in the middle, top wick, bottom wick, and a body there. And then this one just, fly me to the moon type candle. So it's hanging out right here at the 50 EMA on the 1 hour chart. This is another that explains that high area of resistance last time, and it explains the chop and indecision up here. Yeah, it filled this candle. Yeah, it looked like it wanted to go on the shorter time frames, but the higher time frames always tell the real story. So we've had this pop, this drop, this relief, this drop, and could this just be similar relief to come back down lower, or are we gonna bust through and flip some of these EMAs on the shorter time frame? So let's go look at the 5. Boom, bullish cross on the 5. We got the 14 EMA, this blue line, just crossed above the 50 EMA, the red line. So that is what is referred to as a Some people call it a golden cross or a bullish cross or whatever. It has a few different names. A lot of these things have a few different names in the technical analysis world. But most importantly, that was a bullish cross that lets you know that we're likely to continue higher on the shorter time frame. Doesn't mean you got to remember, we just popped the 50 EMA on the 1 hour chart right here, and we're headed up to this zone that we traded in previously. So expect some reaction up here. Let's check the shorter time frame again. Yeah, absolutely. Got to the top of this box, top of this zone, and then what do you see? That's why I drew that rectangle. You saw me draw this rectangle on stream. Doesn't mean that it can't pop right through that top, but currently that helps rationalize why. If you were in a long right here because you saw this candle keep going, understandable, but you would at least know why it stopped right here and pushed back. You wouldn't necessarily have to, you understand the pattern of your trade even if you were in a long right here. So yeah, that candle hit the top of that zone and then reversed red. What's up, y'all? My phone is ringing. I'm gonna take this call. Hold up. Yo. All right, y'all, I'm back. I had to take that call. Updates of just things going on in the city, man. All right, but as you can see that we got that bullish move. It does still want to pop this zone and keep going, or at least it's the move that it's showing so far. You can see those two rejection wicks on back-to-back candles at the top of that zone. So there's no guarantee. Honestly, right now, could pop the zone and make a new high here. Could also come back down and test these EMAs. Hold up, y'all. Let me put y'all here. Let's talk about this for a second while I do this. I'm actually just switching accounts. One of them is a 25K, one of them is a 100K. I'm switching to the other account that I can be a little riskier with. The wrong button, but yeah, switch to the other charts that I could be a little riskier with, and now I'm watching this price continue. All right, I'm glad that while I was switching accounts, it made this move, because I was gonna be a little risky and go short at the top of the box. That was just my, hey, like, let me try something. This is far from my norm, but it is. So like, yeah, and look at it pop that box and continue. I'm glad that I took that time to not take that trade. Although, again, now it still might be. Sometimes there's those real fake outs and things too, where you pop and you get some buyers, you get some bulls, you get some people convinced that like this is the move, only for the move to reverse. Gotta let that candle build up. There's another 2.5 minutes left in this 5-minute candle, so it can clearly still go. We're right at 25,645. And it is having a hard time staying up there. As it makes a little top wick, comes back down in the box, and then pushes up. And look at that push down. My theory would have held if I shorted outside the box so far, just for a couple points. And there, look, it's coming back down. If I get it, if it wants to come to the top of this box one more time, I think I might I don't think we're gonna get it. We're not gonna get that pop. This would have been a good idea. Again, the risky idea, because you're here at the top. 6:30. That whole candle flipped red, man. That actually would have been a good idea. If it wants to fill up at all, let's. Yeah, too late. As bad as I wanted to still click the button. Yeah, this is the move. I missed the move. We still got another minute and 10 seconds on this candle. I would be surprised if it filled all the way back up in this next 60 seconds, but it's totally possible. Seems like it wants red. It wants to flip red before this candle closes. This is a battle of wills for the bulls and the bears right here. Oh, look at that. The bulls just got a little back. Man, I was waiting for it to come back to the top of the box so I could do it. I think I still might need just a little bit of juice from. Come on. Those top wicks and this struggle up here is telling me that price is having a hard time getting much higher than it just went. Seems like it might want to close back in this box. All right, so now we got the open of this new candle. Let's see if it pushes up to form some sort of a top wick. There's the push outside the box, and
order
I
filled.
went for it. I decided, let's go short right there, top of the box. My entry was 25,639.75, so basically 640. And this move right here is exactly why moves like this are dangerous, because that box can also act as support now as price continues to go. So yeah, the bulls are clearly winning the battle in this zone right now. Like I said, I even changed cameras and switched accounts because I knew that this move was a little risky, being up here like this. So I'm already down 3 or 4 points, but I will let the trade play out as that pop kind of hits. Let's see if the bears can react to this price action up here. It's just so slow. Again, it didn't bust right through like those other candles. So if I was long here, I'd be stressed and concerned that price can't seem to push and continue and make new highs. I think that's why I was daring enough to break my rules and take this short up here, just because, again, when price stalls out like that, typically what you'll see is what we're seeing right now. It's a little bit of reversal back in the other direction. It doesn't mean that we're finna drop back to the EMAs right now or whatever. How nice would that be? It doesn't mean that we're finna drop back to the EMAs or whatever, but this little reversal just like that, I'm up 5 or 6 points now. And Man, you see that pop again, because the bulls are still here. They just made this whole move happen. They're just having a lot harder time. There are less bulls. They're having a harder time pushing through this particular zone. And that's okay. Sometimes you need to make a new base. And look at that. Just like that, we got us a 10-point win. It does look like it wants to come down further. I'm going to take that first win for the stream. That was a 10-point plus positive trade. And back to the first and second streams where I talked about wanting to trail my winners a little longer. Like, this candle clearly wants lower. I'm daring but correct in deciding to short at the top of the box. Typically that goes against my rules of, oh man, and look at this candle continue. So I took that trade off for a 10-point win just because, again, I'm a scalper, I'm a momentum trader. I saw the momentum die out. That was my theory there. I saw this is a long, exhaustive, bullish move, and between this candle and this candle, it looked like it didn't have any more of these candles, these big green candles in the tuck. So I'm glad that worked out. But then I also want you to notice when I say trailing my winners, look at this bottom wick. I told you the bulls were still there. The bulls are still present. It's just that there were not enough of them to push you up and out and through the box again. Even though we wicked up there twice, we never closed outside the box. That was another reason why I took that short. And I was still down 3 or 4 points on that short. I rarely have the best entries. You know, sometimes price action is going to go against you at first. You have to be a little patient. Let your theory and your trade work out. That was a good 10-point trade. Now, again, when I'm on stream, I'm taking like single contract MNQ trades just because this is more about the practice and the theory. I don't want to, any of these trades that you take, you can take more contracts if you were to see what I was doing and like, that same idea. You could always take more contracts. You could always go up to NQ. Every NQ contract is 5x the MNQ contract. So like, yeah, they're 10x, 5x, 10x. I go back and forth. I go back and forth between those sometimes, and wow, look at this move. Even though it popped, it still did come back down. It wanted to come back in the zone and test these moving averages, it appears. That's a bottom wick being put in on the new 5-minute candle, so let's see if it still wants up and out this box, or if it's coming back down to test these numbers. We also had our bullish cross on the 5-minute, so you have to be aware of that. But that doesn't mean that it's just gonna go straight. So again, my short was at 40, at 640, 639.75. So basically 640. Price is at 606 right now. That would have been a 30-some point win. I took my 10 points, but if I'd have held that winner even through the bottom wick that we had right here, this would still be going. This would still be racking up profit. And again, these are, you learn even when you win. I made money there. It was a good trade by all, measures. But I'm still learning even when I'm winning. And that's another good reason why we're here, why we're doing this. Oh, I never tweeted out the link. Oh, well, let's do it now. Solid 10-point scalp from the top of the range for the first trade on live stream today. Learn how to trade futures with us. tweet has been quote. You can follow me on Twitter at Professor Cheddar. And even just as I look up, I see the bottom wick there. Look at that reaction. So again, lessons. I talk about wanting to hold my runners and collect a couple more points and things like that. But I still have to be able to deal with these moves against you as well. When it pops back, even though it still wants lower. When it pops back, even though it still might want lower. Like those are the moves that even if I'm holding these runners, I have to like be patient through. And to be honest, I just haven't gotten there yet. More time, I will get there. But remember, my original short was 39.75, so basically 40. And even now, with those pops, we're at 612. We're at 12, 13 levels, 10, 9. It would have been a bet. I took 10 points. There were more points on the table when I took them. So those are the things. Lessons even with good trades, baby. It's all good. I like making money. I also like learning new things while I make money. I want to get better at this. I wouldn't mind being the best trader in the world. Tell Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger that their replacement is a young black guy from Compton. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's... I wouldn't be mad at that. But it takes practice. Those are, RIP to one of them, I guess, and then the other one, they're like 90. So, like, imagine the time that they put in. I'm down to put in some time. So now I can see as price holds up here, even though it rejected the top of the zone and we took our first good trade, as price holds up here, I do see that the 14 just crossed over the 200 as well. That blue line, again, I don't typically take any trades off of the 200 moving average, the 200 EMA. I threw it on my chart maybe like a week or two ago. I've already had the other EMAs on. I just threw the green one on the chart like a week or two ago, just for like confluence, to understand why price may come down, whatever, some of these higher reaction levels. And it has been helpful. Look at that, 605. So price still wanted to come down again, even when these bottom wicks yoke up. The bears definitely won this little zone. I don't know what that was. We had a glitch. The bears definitely won this zone. We're down to the 600 level. Now, we got a pivot point and we've got all of these EMAs. I think it would be foolish to imagine price coming down from this 600 level all the way to 650. 60. All the way to the 650s, another 50 points or so. It would be foolish, even though we did have this, what is now looking like a 50-point retracement. You got a lot of support here with these moving averages. So if price wants to just bleed through all of these EMAs, then again, it would be surprising to me as you see the immediate bounce off of these EMAs. Let me go. Let's zoom in so we can see, since there's a lot more going on there. Let's zoom in to see. We got the purple pivot point. We have the blue 14 exponential moving average, 14 EMA. The red one is the 50 EMA. So again, we had our bullish cross right here. That's letting us know, more upside is likely. That doesn't mean that this move was wrong. And look, we're down below that pivot point, and it does look like it wants a little lower than, wow, what a move. So again, in the theory of holding my runners, can you imagine how good of a trade that would have been from the top of the box? I am getting better because that's not a trade I would have taken previously. I like to short below the moving averages and go long above the moving averages. So that move is something new that I'm adding to my repertoire. I'm obviously glad it worked out, but then look at this lesson that I just learned. I could have held that trade from the 640s all the way down. We're at 589. 50-point trade to open the session. If I'd have just, been patient. That was the theory from Tuesday's stream, was patience. That theory is still holding as we're here in the 580s and testing the white 21 EMA as well. Again, I don't typically trade off of the 21 EMA, but we did see a lot of reaction off of it on Tuesday's stream. This is, and look at that reaction there again. Bled right through the 14 and the 200, but bounced right off the 21. That may be just like an algorithmic thing. I kind of pay attention to, they definitely switch the algos. Sometimes it runs fast in the morning and slow in the afternoon. Sometimes there's a big pump during the last 5 minutes of power hour. These are all different, different choices that the market makes. But I did notice that this week it was genuinely respecting the 21 EMA, which is why, again, another reason why I'm glad to have it on my charts. And so far, it's receiving that same respect. Look at how it bounced right off that white line, the 21 EMA right there at 25,579. Now, I'm not saying that it can't break the 21 and the 50 and keep going lower. That's obviously approaching right now. But theoretically, you had time to manage a trade in this zone. What if you went long and caught that bounce from here to here, or if you were short and you saw that reaction, you would know, okay, cool, that's a zone that's going to be respected. Like, you could manage your trade a lot better, regardless of whether it wants to hold this 21 EMA or flush through to the 50 and lower. You could use this 21 EMA to manage your trade, because now look, that was a fake. That's what I like to call a fake out. It had already tested it, right? Bounced up here, we were talking about it. It came back down, wicked below the 21 EMA, just to bounce even harder, Now we've got an open of a new 5-minute candle, and it started immediately red, but there's no top wick yet. What that tends to mean to me is a reversal. This was a bottom wick just to establish a zone, and now look at that green bounce yet again off it touched the 21 EMA one more time, and now it looks like it wants to go. It's back over the 600 level just that fast, and with some momentum. These aren't the slow candles like we saw here and here and here. There's a little action happening there. It's gonna get pushed down by these bulls. It's gonna be sold off by these bears, or it's gonna be sold off by these bulls that just want to take profit after a move off the 21. There's plenty of explanation to why it would react up like that up here, but that bounce off the 21 3 different times is really good information for a trader. A lot of traders could use the way it behaved at that zone for quick scalps, for quick wins. And yeah, look down to check my phone, and as I look up, we climbed another 5-6 points. That this green candle does want to, seems like it does want to continue this bullish uptrend. Like I said, I understood why I was taking this short from up here, even though it's not my typical trading style, but it did make sense to me right there, and it paid. But after this bullish cross, I wouldn't stay short for long. I wouldn't be expecting several 100 point moves. What I do expect more is this. It did a long extension. It exhausted that extension up here. It curled back down to these moving averages. That is exactly what we were saying when it was up here. It's like, I'd like it to come back down and retest these moving averages. And while my brain was thinking, this is why I go long, I wait for it. This is the original trade that my mind respects, is ooh, I missed this extension, so let it come down here, and then I can take a long all the way up for the next leg as it breaks this zone and continues. Based on this candle, not out of the question that could still happen. But taking this move downwards is also reasonable in my repertoire. It doesn't stop me from taking this next bullish trade. You know, if I believe in this candle, and what do we got? Another minute and 50 seconds on this candle. The new 1 hour candle just opened. You got to remember that it's now officially 10 o'clock, so that can explain some of that move as well. And now you see the bullish continuation. So yes, I understand why I took this trade up here, but it would not be a short that I would be expecting a whole lot of. We are bullish. We are absolutely bullish. This move shows it. This candle's reaction to the EMA shows it. We are likely headed higher. So now I would like to calculate, like if I were to go long, where's a decent entry, where's a decent stop loss? We just tested the 14 EMA down here, the 21 EMA, but that's down here 40, 50 points away now. So I don't think you want it didn't respect the 14, so I wouldn't want to use the 14 right now, but look at it keep going. I could have just, took this long right here while I was talking about it and we'd still be up a few points. But you also want to take a reasonable trade, a measured stop loss, and things like that. So and these are those moments. This is some of that fake out where again, bulls like me, I would have taken that trade seeing, it engulfed this entire candle. The bulls are beating the bears had a moment, but the bulls are in charge. And I would have taken that trade right as it broke the top of this candle. It would have gone up a few points, which convinced me I was right, and then reject it right back into my zone. Look at that. And just like that, that long top wick, stressful. But remember, just a few candles ago, the bears were in charge. So now we've got the open of a new 5-minute candle. Let's see if it wants to put in a top wick or a bottom wick. We got a little top wick. It pushes down, and now it looks like it might want to come. So this is a decent entry, honestly, for longs. I do think it wants to go. I do think long-term play. I think this hesitation is just partially due to the stall out that we saw up here. It's gonna be harder for price to get up here. That's like the move that it made this time was relatively smooth, and this one will be a harder push. I do think it's gonna go. I think it's just gonna go slower. And look, I would have been up 4 or 5 points already if I'd have just pulled the trigger again at this zone as that new candle formed. Little bit of hesitation as I was watching price kind of make up its mind, but I do think we're bullish. And yeah, you're just not gonna get every trade, even if you sit and read the market. You can read the charts correctly, you can be right about everything that's gonna happen, but timing is the other important aspect. And yeah, look at that rejection. Doesn't mean that it's not still gonna go, but timing that entry while my finger hovered over the buy market button or the buy bid, whatever I was about to do. Price looked like it was going on without me, so I couldn't get a measured stop loss. I decided to wait, and then it came all the way back down to below my projected entry, just to head right back up. So this is the area that I'm okay being a little patient, because candles like this will cause me stress, unnecessary stress. If I enter here and then it goes here and then it comes back and then it goes here and then let's see what it does here. It's coming back again. Yeah, man. Like, I think we're bullish. I think it's gonna go. I think we're gonna break the top of this zone as that candle continues to slowly fill up. But yeah, there's time is also an important factor, and there's no. We're all gonna mistime some things. We're all gonna be a little too late to enter or a little too late to exit. It is a very common part of trading. And see, price is definitely going. It's just doing it a point or two at a time. There's a little push up just for it to come back. Those are, yeah, touch 27, came back to 23. Sitting at 24, 25 right now. But this is the type of price action that I'm happy I took a green trade, but man, this price action would drive me bananas. I look down at my phone to check the Twitter and the responses and make sure the live stream is going well. And look, price is in the exact same spot. Had I longed, I'd have looked up and been like, oh, okay. Now it's not going against you. It's just not going anywhere fast. I'm a momentum trader, so it'll slowly build up this candle. We've gone from 20 to 28. It's gonna push back to 25, 26. This is that slow. This is what we call a melt up. It's going upwards, but at the speed of something like melting down slow. So it's a melt up, not a melt down, but it's a slow melt up, It's too much. Oh, and there's a move. As that new candle opened, we actually, made it up into the 30s. So back to the theme being patience. I could have been patient from this entry, and looks like we'd have been all right. Again, a lot of upper rejection, a lot of small top wicks that is making it harder for the bulls. The bulls are gonna go. It looks like they're gonna pop this zone again as we touch 633. But yeah, that would have been another good trade right here along from the 20 area. Oh, look at that reversal. Let's see, this is, now you're getting up into this zone where it rejected last time. Nothing is saying that it can't go, but it will be harder. That was my point in the mentioning that this trade will be a slow, grindy trade, even if it was a trade that worked out. Now, if I'd have entered at 20, talking about holding my runners, I'd have been sad that we were back down only up 4 points or so because of a strong rejection. Rejected from 33. If I'm in at 20 and I don't take my profit at 30, 31, 32, 33, and then it rejects back into the 20s, I feel like I made a mistake. It may not be a mistake. This may go and the next candle may go and you'll be, up in the 650s. But I just know psychologically how I tend to read those trades. This is slow. This is stressful. It's still gonna go, but yeah, this is something I would have had to get better at over time. So look, now we're back at the top of the zone. We already had a successful short at the top of the zone. I would not do it again because it's reclaimed this whole area. However, I'm not convinced that we're also gonna make like a power move all the way up to these next pivot points. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I think that was right about where it was. yes, expect the price to, we're at the top of this zone. We're above all EMAs. We had a bullish cross. All of this makes sense. But what do you do here? Where's your stop loss? Would it be reasonable for price to touch this number and come back down 10, 15, 20 points? Or is it just gonna go? Is it gonna break this box and go this time? If I had to flip a coin, I'd say it's gonna go this time, but look at the similar struggle at that zone. It's having a hard time. And it's coming back down into the box. This is where bulls get trapped because it still makes a tiny move outside the box to convince you that we're going. Then it reverses hard. Look at that top wick now. So, for somebody out there in the world, the theory of shorting at the top of that box played out twice. I said I wouldn't do it a second time. Again, that's why I'm here. I'm learning things. I do learn a lot during these live streams. That I just learned that it might have worked again. We've been on for about an hour. I don't know what's up with OBS or whatever. I can't hear my music, but the music is playing and showing on the live stream. I can hear it on the live stream, so it is what it is. So the next 5-minute candle has opened up and we see some red, we see another rejection. So yet again, we were not able to break out of that box. I drew that triangle, Jesus Christ. I drew that rectangle at the top of the stream just to show what, the zone that we've been trading in all day. And for a second time, it got there and came back into the box. It's very interesting. That's why, it's why we draw these shapes. It's why, to help make it make sense. we got a little bounce in that red candle too. Nice little bottom wick. This is indecision. Look at the top wick on the green candle and the bottom wick on the red candle. This is why I, as much as I would have been bullish, I saw the bullish move happening. This is also why I choose to wait, because that to me is the definition of chop. Long top wicks on green candles, long bottom wicks on red candles. Like you just can't snag the direction and keep going. Now this red candle does look like it wants to fill up that bottom wick. It pushed up just to come back down. That's really interesting. We're at 25. The 14 EMA is at 606. So it's another retest coming. See that bottom wick right there, the way it just popped 5 points real quick. That is what stopped me from shorting. I don't like to short up here, even though it worked last time. It worked. But I don't care to short above all the moving averages, because you can get roasted. Again, we're still in this market. The market is open. Jerome Powell just spoke yesterday at the FOMC about rate cuts, but he also, very subtly spoke out against Donald Trump. And if there's anything that we've seen from this second administration, that they're very vindictive. Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, obviously entertainers. But I do think Jerome Powell fits into the same bucket with them as somebody who is not on the president's good side, and therefore your job is very much in jeopardy this go round. He did just cut rates or announced a rate cut or whatever, but as Kendrick Lamar would say, it's not enough. Turn his TV off. No, I don't think that the president thinks that was a sufficient enough move to help his struggling economy. He's touting, things like the stock market being at all-time highs, while we know, statistically speaking, again, one thing that Jerome Powell did mention yesterday is how they've stopped reporting certain financial numbers since October. I don't know, since his last speech. But if you look up, they're not going to report them publicly, but some of them are available. Look at that green candle, guys. Look at that reversal. Some of this data is still available, whether or not they, publicly report it and reveal it. And one of the many interesting statistics that I saw this past week or so was that look at that rejection. Let me open this window real quick. It's a little warm. So one of the many interesting things I saw over the last week was that Black Friday spending was, if I'm, don't quote me on the number, I believe they said 85% financed. And I think that combines all credit cards and BNPL purchases, which stands for buy now, pay later. That's all of the Klarna and Afterpay and things like that. Oh, and look at that. We finally have a break of the box. It is going to go, which is, again, this short would not have played the way the previous short played. We're getting some rejection back into the box again. Another top wick outside the box. I do expect this time it's going to go. I think we're going to break the box now. What's the next zone that we can expect to make? Let's draw another couple of lines here. So we definitely have not had a close over this resistance line, which will be at 25,697. Let's make it thicker and red and call it 700. So boom, strong resistance. Not saying that it can't, but when's the last time it did? It was a while ago before it made it above that level. And just as I took the time to draw that line, look, we are being pushed back down into the box again. Again, I won't be surprised if it finally makes it outside this box, but it is having a time. I wouldn't be surprised if it finally makes it outside the box. This is that next zone that it'll chop in. I would be surprised if we close over 25,700 today. Wow, look at that reversal. Wow, look at that reversal. I said that the short wouldn't play, but maybe it would have. Look, it did exactly what it did previously. It allowed that candle to fill up, wick outside of the box, but not close outside the box. And then boom, the bears showed up in full effect. Bears showed up very strong to push us back down to what is likely going to be that EMA. That's the first big, that's even with these wicks in both directions, it's still the biggest candle in the last 20 minutes. So we're seeing some action, but it is bear action. It is bears pushing us down at the top. It could also be obviously sellers, like bulls that made money here, and you missed this exit because it got pushed back down. So boom, it came back up, you want out. So there's a combination of people that want to take profits, combination of people that say, hey, we are at the top of the zone again. I'm short. It worked out for me here. Just, why not try the same thing here? Now, this bottom wick, not playing out like it did over here. These bulls are still here. They're still buyers. This candle has reversed. This is an insane level of indecision, if you ask me. There's 33 seconds left in this candle. So it could still close red, as you just saw that move, but it could still close green outside the box. Like, this is that chop, that back and forth that will, if you're good at it, it'll pay in both directions. If you're bad at it, it'll chop you out of both directions. So this is why I'm comfortable sitting on my hands. A candle like that is so unappetizing for my type of trading. So now we've got the open of a new 5-minute candle, and it immediately pushed up, formed us a top wick right there at 638 before reversing red. So yeah, I've come to learn at the open of those 5-minute candles, you don't want to trust the original direction. It's gonna open, it's gonna go in a direction, and typically, in my experience, that direction is just to create a wick, so that we have, so that you have this body formation. How many of these candles are wickless on the top or bottom? I see a very tiny bottom wick right there, but it's there. How many of these candles don't have wicks? No bottom wick. And what that no bottom wick tells us is that we're going higher. There is nobody here trying to sell it lower. So that explains the 3 red candles. If you see no bottom wick like that, but typically, you regardless of the formation, see this candle wanted down, this candle wanted red, but when it first opened, it went green and shot up to the top of the box. It needed that top wick before coming down. Don't ask me why. I think that's just the technicals of how these charts like to form themselves and play out. But as we see, that's a big red candle coming back down to that 14 EMA. So yeah, for me, there's still no trade in play. I want to pay attention to how it reacts off the 21 again. If it gets to the 21. And there's the 14. We have tested the 14 EMA back at 612, 611. And wicking below it. Remember, these bulls are still here, so that's why you see that reaction right off that level. So let's see if we get some 21 EMA action now that we're down here at the 14 and wicking below it. Now, this will be a 10-point mover, 10-15-point mover if it wants to go from the 14 to the 21. However, we're currently seeing another decent bounce off the 14. That's actually an 8 and 10 point. All right, yeah, 10-point bounce off the 14. So if I would have thought, yeah, let me go short right here, it's gonna come down to this 21 again, not this time, buddy, or not yet. That's the more important statement, because time is just the other very important factor in all of these trading moves. What an interesting move. Okay, so once again, while we're waiting for this candle to show up, I want to thank you all for watching Money in the Future. So again, nothing's really happening. That same reaction right here at the 14 EMA did not make it down to the 21 or the 50 or the 200. I think it's been interesting price action today, to say the least. Again, strong sell-off for a strong bounce back for a strong sell-off again, but with, again, very strong bottom wicks even in those sell-off. Boom. Like, definitely potential to make money both ways, but man, even I didn't trade the open. Oh, there we go. We got a new 5-minute candle opening and it wicked down first. What does that tell us? Sometimes bottom wick, and now it wants to go. You see the, again, no guarantee that this won't be a red candle, but typically that first move, it's kind of showing its hand a little bit. But what it really is the first 30 seconds of that candle. So now you see this candle has both a top wick and a bottom wick. It can go whichever direction it would like. And it's deciding to flip colors. Interesting. So yeah, obviously that there's no trade here for a momentum trader as a candle flips back and forth. It does what the doji thing. Do you want to be green? Do you want to be red? That's not momentum at all. So we can let that candle, kind of, again, form, show us his hand, show us what price wants to do. Do you want to be lower? Do you want to be higher? Do you want to just chop in this zone? While we're waiting on that, I just want to look at these two opening candles. I want to say this is the 630 and 635 candle. So we bled at the open, right? We obviously came all the way down. Like, this was a big dump, several hundred points of a drop. However, if you look at the second and third candles before that drop, we dropped from 25,642, and this is not including the wicks, to 25,572. So 70 points or so in one candle, just for the next candle to open here and come all the way back up here before being pushed down and closing here. That is some insane chop. And if you saw this move happen at the open and you shorted somewhere around here thinking, yeah, look at that big move, we're going lower, it went against you lots of points, 20, 30, 40, 50 points before inevitably coming right back down. Same thing here. So this candle closes, we move over, and a little bit of a doji. No close or open in either way, but a long bottom wick and top wick before closing right where it opened, and then we bled. So this is a lot of chop and a lot of indecision that would absolutely confuse even the best of traders. I don't know if even if you were short at the top up here, you get all the way down here, you don't take profit because it's just the first 5-minute candle, and clearly there was more to capture later. So if you don't take profit in this one, this trade comes back all the way against you 50 points or so before coming back down. You get your next candle, this one chops around for 5 minutes, comes back down, then we get it choosing a direction. So 15 minutes, then it goes, okay, boom, boom, boom. There's still some long top wicks here and all of that, but it finally chose a direction. That's confusion. Ultimately, we started up here, we ended down here after that first 30 minutes or so. But man, can you hold through all of that? Because that's what Nasdaq does. That's how Nasdaq chooses to behave. There's plenty of sellers on either side. When I am teaching new people that are new to the stock market, to trading in general, when I'm teaching them, I like to try to explain the market as a tug of war. You've got the green team on one side, you've got the red team on one side, and they are it's like the ultimate tug of war, right? So there are always hundreds of tuggers on this side and hundreds of tuggers on that side, and it doesn't matter if a couple people on this side fall in the mud or get stopped out or their hands come off the rope, or it happens. It doesn't matter if it happens to the side. It just matters who's winning that tug of war at this particular zone. Are the bulls, the people that want the price to go higher, are they winning the tug of war? Are the bears, the people who want the price to go lower, are they winning this tug of war? So you imagine this market as a tug of war. You look at it and you see how the bears started at open clearly winning. They had the stronger people on their side, but it doesn't mean the bulls weren't fighting back. There were buyers all up and through here. They were like, no, we want higher, we want to go above. Inevitably there were more, again, as you knock people out, as people fall in the mud or they let go of the rope, you lose people on your side. And in this metaphor, those people could be hedge funds and institutions. Those people could be traders themselves, like other retail traders. Those people could be algorithms, like the high frequency trading. Now that's interesting, the way that new candle opened, because the previous candle closed as a bullish hammer, long bottom wick, and most of the price action up here, and this one followed that action all the way to the top of the zone pretty instantly. That was a fast move. So again, same theory of the tug of war. Some stronger people just showed up on the green team. That's how we rationalize that. They just got a few bodybuilders, a few linebackers, a few whatever, but their side started pulling harder in this here proverbial tug of war. So there we go. We finally break out of this box, and you see the top wick. It's still gonna push down and fight. This, in my estimation, will be the time that it actually goes, again, because that is a fully momentous green candle. There's some actual juice behind the squeeze. There you go. Right as I say that, this is what'll convince more people to join the green team for the tug of war. Hey, they got stronger over there. I want to join the strong team. And now you've got buyers joining this side, looking for the next leg up, because we finally broke out of this zone. Now again, all we're doing is breaking into this zone that we chopped in all morning right before market opened. So it can go. It clearly has room to go, but personally, trading here at 25,655, 60. Wow, that was a quick move from 55 to 62. I would personally be surprised if we closed over 700 today. So with 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on this candle, it made that big move, and now we're seeing a little bit of rejection. I want to look at this move on the 2-minute chart. that's unfortunate. It broke out of the shape doesn't continue here. So let's do my best to extend it like that for the 2-minute chart, because now I think you can use the box itself as support on the 5-minute. We've broken out. Yeah, you see a long top wick, because again, this was a hard area to break through. So you do see the long top wick there. It's a little bit. Yep, right there. Because yeah, there's still even people just taking profit from that move. I imagine we're going higher. We finally broke through, but that formation, that long top wick, kind of lets us know this was a momentum candle, but we're not breaking through here with like a whole lot of steam or speed either. So obviously there would have been no reason to join the longs right as it broke the box, just because those wicks, we went through this. It wicked over this box a handful of times. So there would have been no reason to go long here, because we saw plenty of rejection. If you went long once this move was a little more confirmed, you still might be down a couple points, because it's not, the momentum was from down here. Once you get up here to confirm, it's still slowed down. So now if you look at this move on the 15-minute chart, which I said was a lot cleaner, a lot more straightforward about what's happening, you see that yeah, we're still going higher. You got these lows that were put in. That's the breakout. New 5-minute candle. Shit, I did it again. I was grabbing the wrong spot, trying to move the chart. What? And there we go. We're still grinding higher. 25,672, the 70s area. So again, 672, would not be surprised if it makes it up to this 700 level. What I would be is surprised if it closes above the 700 level. We still have that pivot point up there. So I think even if we got up there, we're coming back this way before the close of today's market. And it is early. It's only 10:42. That's the high of today, which is obviously before the AM session happening over here. This is yesterday, 3 p.m. That high is 792. So let's wait for this 15-minute candle to close. It'll be another minute and 40 seconds. It is still going. It is still going. So this level is definitely about to get touched and tapped because now we're only 20 points away from it. So this is that new strong level. I wonder if the same trade I pulled off at the top of the box, again against my typical rules, but I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to go short up here. And I might have even, it's even rejecting a little bit at this height, and it can still, fill that up and go. But man, I am tempted. Let's see. We're still going here, filling up 80s. Yeah, I think I kind of like it. I'm on a short there at 701. So this is the new. I'm trying something new. This isn't necessarily how I do it. I've managed to, set a limit order up at a level that I see and respect. But let's see if the chart respects it. We're already rejecting that 85. If you look to the left, obviously you can see why I drew that line right there. And again, I may have been too greedy because it's looking like some of that reversal is showing up here rather than at that top level. So let's see if I can do like a smaller horizontal line at this level, because we never closed above it. But that's gonna be a small line. It won't be hard to break that zone if it does, if and when it does. It wicked over it, it came back down. So yeah, I even like the idea if it looked like it wanted 15 more points or so right there to just continue that move. Maybe it exhausted right here at this little line that I just drew. But if it wants that extra pop, I would not at all be shocked at a short from 700 to come back down to test this range again. Either the little line that I just drew or coming back all the way to the box. So this is again new for me, different for me. I think the thing that would invalidate this idea that I'm setting up right now would be if the pivot point is the next point that it wants. However, if I go short here and it blasts through and goes all the way to this pivot point, I'll be down 30 points. But I would also expect a harder rejection at this pivot point. It's not gonna find this pivot point and just keep going. So if that were to happen, I could almost see myself doubling down up here. If it fills me, keeps going, and touches this pivot point, then I would like to add one more, or it to come back down to just to my entry level, because then I would, then my average would be like 710, 715. And just, then I would expect it to hit the pivot point and come back down. So I might still be too high on this theory. Look, I drew the little line for this zone, and it doesn't seem to be able to break this zone. So as much as that move would have been nice, even if I want to be long because of, all of this price action and being above all the moving averages, my normal trading style, I still would want to retest. After these two big green candles, I would still want to retest somewhere to the box. If not, I feel like the way the speed is going, they're gonna kind of converge. The 14 EMA will come up. Maybe this drop is happening a lot faster than I thought. There's 20 points from this line I drew. So this is the retracement. Yeah, I was thinking maybe the 14 EMA, that blue line there, is gonna come up and meet us at the top of the box as price comes down to the top of the box. Right now, that would be another ideal long, in my opinion, back up to this line. So of course, if I try to repeat that successful short from earlier, shortening the top, which, this is the new top. It looks like this was the new top where that new short was, or at least a short scalp. Because again, we are bullish, we are above all EMAs. I would expect price to continue higher after it, finds a new zone, but harder to see it. It's still early, but it's harder to see it closing for the day above that 700 zone. I think even if it gets to that pivot point, it's coming back. So there's my upcoming trade plan. If we get back down, you see the 14 EMA is creeping up to the top of the box. Like I said, if we do actually retest the 14 EMA at the top of the box, I will get rid of that 701 short entry for now, and probably go long from the top of the box. Gotta be able to go both sides. Wouldn't be surprised if this is just like a higher low for the next leg up. So yeah, that my same idea played out, but it would have been from up here instead of all right, and yeah, we're coming back down to test that top of the box. So that would have been the short from up there. So I had this theory right. I just got the zones wrong. We broke out of that zone, stopped at that zone, and came backwards. But from where did we draw this line? 84. So yeah, from 84 to 55. What a nice little trade that would be. So now longs are absolutely in play as we come back down and test the top of this box. So I wonder, should I try the same thing? Like, I'm gonna get rid of that one. But like, same theory, why wouldn't I want a long, like right here-ish? What is this? 44. We're trading at 57 currently. So the long is coming into play. We're at 48. I was saying 44 originally. So I've put in a limit order at 44.25. And what the way I'll play this long is that I wanna, because it looks like it might bounce and not fill me. But I will hold for higher expansion unless we were to close below the 21 EMA. If I see a actual candle close below that 21, then this trade is invalid. Let's check these higher time frames while we wait for this to work. We're at 46, so super close to being filled here.
Order filled.
And order filled, we are in. So I would like a bounce off of this box. We also have the 200 EMA on the 15 here, giving us some support at 631. So I'm in at 44. And yeah, I think actually I'll trade in on the higher time frame. I think the close below this 200 EMA on the 15 would actually also invalidate this idea for me. And the one thing I didn't notice as I took this trade, so I may need to be a little cautious here, is the close of a 1 hour candle. We are 5 minutes from the close of a 1 hour candle, so these may be some sell-off, some people taking profit before that hourly candle closes. So we did get a nice little bounce off the 14 EMA. And yeah, I had a second to kind of get out of there.
Order filled.
So I'm gonna close this trade as a like 3 or 4 point win. It may still go, but I forgot to check the clock again. The close of the 1 hour candle. We are bullish, but sometimes you get a reversal in the opposite direction as that candle closes. Yeah, that again, as a momentum trader, that trade, it did bounce off the 14 EMA and it did give me an out, but it didn't. Right now we're trading at 43. My entry was 44, so I sold up here at the top of this candle. It may still go, but just following my rules and my patience, I don't want to take this trade. And I may have been all right, but the close of this 1 hour candle is what is concerning as it flips back red. So we're on the 5, and yeah, now it's going below my level. I entered at 44. Let's check these numbers real quick while we let the hourly candle close. Yeah, I closed that trade for what ended up being a 2.5 point win, but we're currently trading at 39, so I would have been 5 points down. I'm very glad that I looked at that time after entering the trade. I should have looked at it before. Another lesson learned, so I'm talking these things out. Should have looked at the timing. Phone's ringing. I don't want to answer that. I should have looked at the timing before even entering the trade. That's on me, and I'm very glad I got out. Look at what's happening with the price action. I'd have already been down 10 points, and let's go back to my 15-minute chart. We'd have been right here at my invalidation point. I said if we close below that 200 EMA on the 15-minute chart. Now, I still expect this EMA to hold up, actually, but that would, again, I'm glad I got out of that trade, and nothing stopping me from re-entering after the 11 o'clock candle forms. But at the close of the 1 hour, a lot of times you do get a reversal back in the other direction, and I would like to wait for the next candle to open. Remember, my entry was 44, so we're bouncing off this 200 EMA. That's why that was my strong support. But I still would have been down 10 points waiting for this 1 hour candle to close. So I'm happy I got out for a 2.5 point win. And nothing is stopping me from taking that same trade after this all sorts itself out. So here we are. We're still bouncing off that 200 pretty good. We're at the trading at 40. My entry originally was 44. Again, so still happy I got out. This would have all been so stressful for me to sit down a little bit while watching the hourly candle close. Just, down a couple points, nothing crazy, but I'd rather take the profit and figure it out. You can always re-enter. You can always take another trade. So yeah, we got another 5 seconds for this candle to close. It's gonna close in the 30s. Very grateful. All right, this new candle pushed green to start. It's holding up at the 14 EMA right there. A little bit of green, a little bit of red. Again, the entry was 44 on that original trade. Very happy. There go the phone ringing again. So hold on, y'all. Let's put y'all on this one and this one, and then y'all hold up 1 second. right, I had to take several phone calls. I hope everything was muted, cause you know, phone calls. But the move I was talking about, I don't know, like I know ain't too many viewers here, but maybe somebody will come back and watch this in the future. Money in the future. Maybe somebody will come back and watch this in the future and they will see what I was talking about. And I tell you for sure that was the move I was describing off I got out because of the close of this of the 1 hour candle. So I took that trade successfully, but that move that happened after the 1 hour candle opened, that was the move I was looking for in the first place. So longs are still in play. I want to let this it's 11:11. We're here at 54. Let me check the 15-minute chart again. Yeah, man, held up really strongly there off the 200 EMA, and now we're headed higher. So I'm gonna
Order filled.
I'm gonna just take the trade from the 60s, and if we close, if we close back below this 200 EMA, it invalidates it. I'm trading off the 15 instead of the 5 just because this is a longer term moment. This is not going to be a scalp, but I do believe we are bullish. We're headed higher. Let's check. Now that I took the trade, I do want to treat that 200 EMA as an invalidation point. Let's look at the 2-minute chart to see what this form looks like. Yeah, these are higher lows being put in on the 2-minute chart. That's exactly what that looks like. We're bullish. We're above all EMAs. We're already up 4, almost 5 points on this trade and expanding higher. So yeah, that was the right move. It may still, again, just be a slow grind up, but this is why I like checking these different time frames. Because on this 2-minute, you can clearly see the solid uptrend, and it doesn't even, these little moves are somewhat irrelevant as long as this isn't like the super top. Again, those 3 wicks right there means that this zone is not irrelevant, but these are higher highs being put in all the way up. So until this uptrend breaks, like that reversal right there can and would freak me out on the shorter term. That's why I don't trade off the 2-minute, because it does a lot of herky-jerky bullshit like that. But even looking at this one on the 5-minute, we got that move, it may hold up right there. Again, it's gonna be a slower, grindy kind of move. But on the 15, we can also kind of treat the top of the box as even though I did say we expect, I expect to touch those top levels before I expect to close in the box. I could still see us hitting that 700 level and coming back down. So again, if I had been on the 2-minute chart, I would have been spooked out by that reversal with that top candle. But look how much clearer the 15-minute chart is when you're trying to understand what direction is happening. This is bullish. We are very likely headed higher, slowly but surely. Still up 5 points on this trade. And that 5 could become 2 real quick, because again, Nasdaq, she's mad temperamental. I'm gonna answer this text message. And look at that. I look down at the phone and we're up 10 points, 9 points, whatever. I'm gonna continue to answer this text message because clearly that was good for the price action. And look at that. The new candle opens and we're up. This is going to be great. So I'm going to go ahead and take that
Order
off
filled.
for a 12.5 point win. And this is probably the perfect example of one of the trades where I should have just trailed the win, because I do think we're headed back to that zone. Nothing is bringing us down. I treated the 200 EMA as my support, as my invalidation point. So honestly, there was no reason to close that trade except see green, take green. I've mentioned on the streams before, that's really my I still didn't answer the text message because I was closing the trade, but we're headed higher. So yeah, let's put y'all on this screen so we can check the trade performance real quick. We are 100% on the day. That is 3 trades taken on this live stream, 3 winners. That was absolutely our biggest winner. Opened the long at 25,659. Closed the long at 25,671.75. So 59.71.75, 12.75 points. I like 10-point wins. I'm a 10-point trade scalper. So that is textbook excellent trade on this side. That is a textbook excellent trade as far as I'm concerned. So now we're grinding higher. I closed my trade at 71, and I said already, there was nothing that told me I needed to close it except for see green, take green. I closed at 71. We are now at 80. We're now at 80 and moving higher. Funny enough, I switched accounts to be more daring with that short, the first trade on here, and now I'm almost wishing I would have taken the last couple trades, well, at least that trade for sure. Wish I'd have taken it on my other account. So look, we're back at that zone. If we pop this zone, I think I want to do the same short at yeah, man, we're gonna pop this zone, and I want to short at 701, that original idea. I'm gonna leave that there to work because now we're at 688. Again, I took the long, and you got to be able to play both sides. Tuesday, am I free around 5 or 6? What do y'all think? Am I free around 5 or 6? Oh shit, hold on. We're at 95. That happened kind of fast. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. It looks like it's gonna hit in a couple seconds. And now, again, look at the RSI. We are overextended. Oh shoot, it's gonna push down right at my zone. Okay, so as you can see, I put my entry at 701.50. We are down 10 points from that entry without me getting filled. I think we hit a high, and there was a lot of sales up there. That was the move I wanted. I just wanted to be filled and ride that down for a quick 10-point win. I do see us filling up the candle again. I'm gonna let this play out. This new 5-minute candle is opening right now. It is 11:20 on the West Coast. And I've said a million times, I'll say before, Tuesday for around 5 or 6. Sure am. Where we thinking? That's always nice to hear from those, the person that I just heard from, the people who are trying to have a little kick it. Oh man, this is gonna suck. That candle just flipped, so I wanna switch to the 2-minute again, so I could see a little closer at just how close we got to that entry. Oh man, and I drug my line away. I'm gonna put that back because I want this line right at 700. But man, that was the short. That was the play. I'm gonna close this order because that was the play I wanted. Was it to hit this zone and come back down? That's exactly what it did. But I put my entry. Let's see what it says. I put the entry 2 points too high, exactly 2 points. I was at 701.50 and the high that it reached was 699.50. So I put that entry exactly 2 points too high, but I totally was right in theory about the price coming up to this zone, the 700 zone that we drew at the top of the stream, and rejecting. I was absolutely right about that short, and it would have played out for the 4th winning trade of the stream. We're already down into the 85s. Seeing that I missed it, I should have just sold market and wrote it down. But now we're at this level. Let's see if this level wants to flip and act as support. Huh. Working better. Sound like y'all trying to drink. What don't I know? She just said something in there. All right, so look at that reaction off that zone. I asked out loud, would this zone act as support? What do you see? Oh shit, I never took y'all back off the, oh yes I did. All right, so would this zone act as support? And that's exactly what it did. I'm still not against the idea of shorting from this zone because it just needs some red candles and to build a new base up here, and I think it's gonna be hard to push through. Even if it pushes through, it's gonna come back at this pivot point. So I'm interested in letting price show me what it wants to do. Oh, there's one in Inglewood, but it didn't pop up on Google Maps when I just Googled. It said closed. So yeah, it's still coming down from that zone, even though it bounced off support. So this is an interesting area. This is a tricky area for this chart. Again, we've got 3 good trades. I want to just let price show us what it wants to do. So we're trading at 699, 700. My short would have been at 701. And I still am convinced this area will hold. Yeah, look, it like wicked through that line just to come back down again. And look at that, being pushed back down, 695. Look at this new 5-minute candle opening. It's gonna push up a little bit. I was tempted to sell market right there, but I'm gonna let this sort itself out. There we go. We can see a little better what's happening even on this 5-minute chart, because it's gonna chop in this 20-point section for a while. That short would have played 2 or 3 times now on every one of these candles. It gets up to this area and comes back down. Short would have played. If we break support, I actually also am tempted to go short down to the 14 EMA. Let's see, the 14 EMA right now is 25,662 on the 5-minute chart. Let's check that on the 2-minute chart. 25,673. All right, so here we go, 696. This is back to the tug of war. I want you to, the tug of war explanation I was giving. Imagine that tug of war happening right here between these bears and these bulls. So that's 699. That would have been the 701 fill right there. But again, the short played 3 times right here. Now that it's fighting the 4th time, I'm less certain that it would have played out, although look at that reaction again off the 700 level. This is potentially the 4th time that this short will be playing out. Wow. It would have played 4 times. We're back at 690 after touching 701. That 10-point short would have played yet again. Now, again, it's going to hang out around this area. It's going to come back there. We're still in a bullish uptrend, which is why I don't short it above all these moving averages, because it can come back on you real quick. And that this is on the 2-minute chart. It would have played out 4 times already that it touched this zone and came back 10 points or so. And I wouldn't have been able to play that as well on the 5-minute chart. Boom, boom, boom. But even 3 times on the 5-minute chart, it would have played out. I'm not surprised if we would come back down and test we bounced off this zone, but we also bounced off, downwards off of this zone. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're coming down and test it one more time. Look at me answering messages again on here. I'm gonna check this video. Awesome. So next Tuesday. Birthday Soleil. That's at 12:30 noon. Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka. All right, so again, still trading right here at that 700 level. If it did want to, I hate that I moved that line. If it did want to break this zone, it didn't want to do so strongly. This was the strength candle to get us up to that zone, but to bust through, not so much. It definitely came down and respected this level, right? Is that where it was? I don't know. I'll go back and check. But is this short playing out yet again? Our 14 EMA is still all the way down here at 667. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the 7th green candle in a row if we stay green. I was really, you see my finger hovered. I was really tempted to. I think it's gonna come down.
Order filled.
I think it still wants to come down and try this zone again. This is, again, I'm on the riskier account. I'm okay with that. This is the flip. I am not playing the move that I said I was gonna play, and there's a 5-point reversal. See, remember, I would have shorted at 701. That was my... $701 was supposed to be my entry, and I got mad greedy. I ended up shorting at 694. And again, in this 10 to 20 point tug of war, that's I should have been a little more conscious of how much those 5 points would matter. See, this candle still wants to come down, but again, imagine if I nail that short at 701, I stay up in all of these transactions. The candle flipped red, it did come back down. So again, remembering not to panic above that level. It's wicking up there, but can it close up there? Remains to be seen. I think the longer it chops up here, the higher those moving averages climb. So it would make the retest a lot more reasonable. All right, so again, still hanging out there at the 700 level. It might pop it this time. That's part of what I said down there. So yeah, let's go ahead and close that.
Order filled.
That was a slight close above that level, and now it's bouncing off that level. I almost think this is forming like a rising wedge though, with the fact that there's no real strength in these moves. That's why. So that move, I'm happy I took on the risky account for sure. And happy I closed that trade. Look, it's continuing to go that way. So now my next theory, I again was right about these. I took the phone calls and it kind of threw me off my timing about getting those shorts from 701. Then I got FOMO because I knew I missed the theory that I was absolutely right about right here. So I jumped in here. I'm glad I just respected, got out, whatever. When you're not going to be right on every trade. What I would do now that it's popped this level is want to be short up here. I absolutely want I want to say exactly 730. Look how it's filling up there. It only needs 15 more points to get there. So I put in a short at exactly 25,730. Still 15, almost 20 points away. But that's now that we busted that zone and we're making a new zone, I do expect a stronger reversal up here. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart. Remember, we took the long mountain off the... Oh, man. Remember when we were trading on the 15-minute chart and we took this long off the bounce of the 200 EMA and I said I'm not going to close unless it comes below the 200 EMA? That's another long that I could have just held. I could have walked away from the computer and just let it go. That's why I said the 15-minute chart looked a lot cleaner. I was respecting the structure. And similarly, speaking of structure, we just broke that zone that I drew on purpose. And the next zone to draw would be this pivot point. It's already drawn naturally on here. I see nothing really stopping us from getting there. What is this? Yeah, that's 30. My short is at 30. That's 34. My short is at 30. So if it wants to get up to this pivot point in the next hour, I imagine it's... The only thing a little concerning there is that daily high, which was happening here. It was the daily high, but it was also the open that we got sold off from really hard. When we opened here at 3 p.m. yesterday, sell off. This is on the 15 minutes. So yeah, boom, little chop, a lot more drop at this pivot point. So we've come all the way back up to this pivot point, but I have a working order in at 730 for a short because look what happened the last time we made it to that pivot point. All right, so I go back to answering a text message, and as of now, it does not make it all the way back up to that pivot point. As a matter of fact, it pushed down pretty strongly. Had a nice little reversal at the 715 area, and now it's filling this candle back up. It went down to the 702, 703 area. We're back at 706, 707, 708. So yeah, I think this is another trade that we just got to give some time to work out. I was right about the short-term shorting at that 701 level, and now it's flew through that 701 level, and now it wants to come back a little bit. It definitely closed above it up there. We got a lot of support from these moving averages below, so expecting a crash or a dip, too strong anywhere further than this area would be illogical. But I could see it, finishing this push. Look, that push looks like it tried to exhaust, but it still wants to go. Finishing this push up here and coming back down. That's my just looking at the clock and everything like that. This will probably be my last trade for the day, hoping that it gets up there so that we can actually fill this trade. Let me check some other things. I forgot. Haven't been doing the Nvidia Confluence at all today. I can check them out. I can see what's going on. Are we at the Tuesday high of day? Is that what's happening? We're at 707. Let's go to this higher time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour and see that. Oh yeah, that little channel that I did. The double top that played. Top drop. Still 20 points away from that short that I want to play, especially looking to the left on the 1 hour chart. I do see a lot of action, and I understand why that pivot point is right there to begin with. All right, so we're headed up. That new 5-minute candle just built up. A little more momentum. It makes me even more confident for this short. If we can get up here, come on, we need just 15 points and 20 points now. So that's the thing. I almost feel like I need to bring this order down to maybe 25. Because I'm looking for the strong reaction from up there. And so it may not get all the way to 30, just like it, played around here with that 701 short. If you're a bull, if you are a bull, are you buying up here after this move? After this is the 5-minute chart, we got this bottom wick. Obviously, all of this happened earlier in the day, but I'm talking about from this bottom wick at 25,465. Are you taking all of this into consideration and then still buying up here? This is why, obviously, price action has slowed down a lot. The bears had to get out of the way because this thing was moving like a freight train on up. But if you were a bull, if you had money down here for buys, do you still have money up here for buys? Do you want to? All right, so there's a little deeper pullback back to this zone. Check Nvidia. Nvidia is kind of ripped all day, and now it's looking weak up at the top. right, so another 8 points until that short is in play. I was tempted to switch accounts and try to get it on that other account, but I'm gonna just let this be. As soon as I looked up and looked at it, we reversed 4 points or whatever. Very tempted to move it down to like the 25 area. What is this? This is 31. The pivot point appears to be 32. I mean, yeah. Pivot point seems to be 32, so that's why I set it at 30. But it looks like the reversal might be happening up here, and I might have been a little overzealous putting it at the 30. Let's see. Let's go. I'm gonna leave this on the chart. I'm gonna go take a leak. Let's see what happens when we come back. All right, and we're back, and it looks like that rejection from the 15 has continued from the 715 area. So I just a little too high on short. Right idea, wrong spot. It certainly did pivot at that pivot point. Now let's just see if it chooses to respect this 700 level. Again, we got the close of a 1 hour candle in 7 minutes. Let's go ahead and look at the hourly chart in the meantime, because our order is still up here at 730. And yeah, so it did reject from that pivot point, just not exactly at the pivot point. It was 7. That would have been a little too easy, obviously. So it was 713 instead of 730 or 715. Close, no cigar. It's fire. Shout out to the holiday season. I just made plans with somebody I have known. Let me do the calculation real quick. How old am I? I've known this person at least 30 years. The people who, the person that's texting me and the people who are also invited to this shindig. The holiday season makes people real nostalgic, and you tap in with your old friends, family, co-workers, whatever, if you like your co-workers, you know, all of that. But yeah, I like the holiday season. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of my little 730 short. I was right and wrong at the same time. Right about the sentiment, wrong about the position. 723 was the number. I was 7 points too high. If you get the short in at 723, right now we're trading at 697. You're up 20 plus points. And you know, it'd be like that sometimes. That's trading, that's charting. I'm still green on the day, so you don't want to get FOMO like I did on the last trade where I slightly missed my entry, so I jumped in several points different, and that wasn't the trade plan. That wasn't it. Let's check gold real quick. Look at that. Gold. An ounce of gold is now $4,300. That is just, we keep losing value of the dollar, man. You know what I need to do the rest of this week, guys? Christmas gifts. I have got nobody Christmas gifts. I'm in a Secret Santa. I got a lot of people. That's a lie. I don't got a lot of people I gotta buy gifts for. I got a handful of people I gotta buy gifts for, and I still need to do that. So here, y'all look at. Thank you for watching Money in the Future. Now my trades are 75%. We're still green on the day. But man, I wish I had taken these trades in that other account though. I boosted the trailer max drawdown on this one, but close all positions on this one. Thank you for watching Money in the Future. As badly as I want to switch back to that account and get one more trade, I think that's also, switch back to here, I think that's also a form of FOMO. Missing out on profits on that account, it's a fear of missing out of something for sure. So yeah, man, that's fire. I've known them 30 years, and they're like, hey, let's get together for the holidays. Yep, it's a blessing to be here, to be able to do that. Second options, yep, always gotta have a second option. All right, so I know I started a little late today, but I'm still gonna wrap these up around noon West Coast time, power hour in the stock market, whatever. Just know that short would have played from 23. I had the order sitting at 70. That would have been, you know, a nice, beautiful green trade to walk away for the day. I did start the stream a little late, so maybe I'll give it a couple more minutes. I have a business call scheduled for 1:30. 1 p.m. Oops. Yep. Calls at 1 p.m. Glad I checked that. So I will still be. Oh, look at that. 690. That short would have played so well. Remember, this is the close of the 1 hour candle. So again, even though we're bullish, this is the reaction back in the other direction. We have 3 seconds until the 1 hour candle closes. Boom. New candle. We're right here at the 14 EMA. Let's see what this new 5-minute candle wants to do. So far, straight up. So yeah, we got straight up after the close of that 1 hour candle. So that's exactly what I described. That look, we were bullish for what is essentially that whole hour, and then we got a reaction back in the other direction, and now we appear to be headed back up. I'm still terrified of this pivot point. If I was a bull, back over that 700 level, just not with a lot of strength. Yeah, as long as this 14 EMA holds on the 5-minute chart, it's still bullish, and there's no real reason for sales except that pivot point. Like I said, pivot point's at 33. It reacted at 23 last time. I'm sure that looks like a nice little bull flag on the 2-minute. Let's check that out. Yeah, look at that flag. Look at we're up. Flag here, boom, expanding higher. I do think in the short term for bulls, that 705 to 720 move is happening. So yeah, like I said, no real strength. It bounced off the 14 EMA. It tried to make that move on the 2-minute and honestly on the 5-minute as well, maybe slower. But on both of those charts, it does look like a bull flag. It was been expanding higher. Again, the 15 has been very clear. But I know power hour in the stock market has certain connotations, certain meanings. Doesn't always register the same. These futures markets don't close until 2 p.m. West Coast time. So even when the stocks close, like Nvidia and Amazon and the big ones, once they're done for the day at 1 p.m., it's still another hour in the futures market before we close, and we only close for an hour before we open right back up at 3 and trading starts again. You got the Asian session, you got the London session. Like, these things don't correlate exactly. Now, if the final hour in Nvidia or Apple or Amazon, somebody, some hedge fund or institution or whatever, props them up with some billions of dollars or whatever, you'll see the reaction over here too. It's just not a guarantee. You shouldn't sit here at 12 to 1 West Coast time thinking, oh man, we got power hour. There's power hour. There's powerful moves are coming. Maybe not. It's late December, middle of December right now. We know what the market's gonna close for the holidays. People are tax loss harvesting depending on the company and their own personal, success rate this year. A lot of reasons for the charts to do what they do. Yeah, there's no momentum. If they had made a like strong move above this red line again, above that 700 level, I was gonna kind of maybe take a long back up to the pivot point, but no strength. Not really powerful in power hour just yet. Not to say that it can't be. It's got all this support at these moving averages. So if we flush through here, we're flushing. We're gonna retest it much deeper. And yeah, we're headed down. We're headed down. That long would not have been in play. So this is why I use those EMAs as comps once again, and this is where I get stuck. I do think it can come through here, but now it's supported by a zone I drew, the 14 EMA, the 21 EMA. I would like a 21 break down to the 50, but it's been respecting that one all day, right? If it's been respecting the 21 all, yeah, not all day, I guess. Once we had the bullish cross, it respected it all day. Trading just under that 700 level, 699, 700. Yeah, and for longs, anybody that was long, this really like stalled out. I could understand why you would have taken this move, open up the new 1 hour candle, you saw this bullish move. I can totally understand, you know, playing the bounce off the 14 EMA. But like I said, power hour isn't always that powerful. Not for the futures market in particular. Because even if one company runs, you know, a lot of that, to be honest, that power hour shit, it stuck with me a lot more when trading not penny stocks, but small cap stocks, small cap companies. Those were the ones where if the company itself is only worth 20 million and then somebody pulls up with 5 million at the end of the day, that shit gonna go. It's gonna go. Like that 5 million makes a big difference. You think it makes a big difference if somebody brought $5 million extra dollars at the end of the session in NQ or MNQ, anywhere in the Nasdaq? Not when Nvidia, Apple, and Amazon are the top of this pie, and they're all worth trillions of dollars. Microsoft as well. Nvidia, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and Google being at the top of this ETF. Those are enormous companies, huge companies, literally worth trillions of dollars. So somebody pulling up to the market buying $5 million worth of contracts, not making a big deal here. But for the companies, I'm gonna continue to mention it because it was my best win ever when trading small caps. If you trade Marathon, M-A-R-A, Marathon Digital Holdings, if you ever traded that over the last 5 years, you understand those small caps can go. Yeah, like and the profits are honestly, those are the only times where the reward is much better than futures, but also the risk is higher. We talk about risk reward, why we're doing this, whatever. The risk is much higher as well as the reward being much higher. Like, so when small caps go on power hour, if somebody shows up at the end of the session in a small cap company and brings in, you know, a high percentage of their float, that's when companies move like crazy. That's when you see those big moves. You don't really see power hour in futures. These are heavy ETFs. Lots of money. down to 25,695. That's what I said. It chopped around that 700 level for a minute, but zero power. That's why I was describing power hour not being super powerful. Yeah, some money can still flow into Nvidia or Apple or Amazon or whatever at the end of their trading session, and that can have an effect on this trading session. It is absolutely possible, but I don't think the term power hour applies over here as much. It means a lot more to those small cap stocks. I was looking at Carvana the other day. What a like miracle of a stock, right? Like the company can't actually be worth what the charts and the money, the investments and the institutions can't be worth what we actually say it's worth. But the way that it dropped to basically nothing and then recovered so hugely that it's back in the S&P 500, like insane. Now here's that move that the bulls might have wanted. It did bounce off the 14 EMA yet again. It held it down there, and now we've seen a 15-point bounce from that blue line. If you were bullish because of that green candle to the left, this was the move you were waiting on, but this isn't power hour. You had to wait for the move to actually come through. Not very powerful, but it's trying. Slow grind, a fight. Might chop in this zone for the rest of the day. Look at the we're right back at 701, 700. So yeah, if you were long up here, you might not be wrong, but you going through it, waiting for these to come through. And my Apex just glitched again. I don't tend to get those problems with Lucid. Maybe it's Tradeovate. We'll see. So yeah, absolutely having a hard time up here. Back down to 698. And I did say that call was at 1 o'clock. So again, my last trade that was up here, it didn't play. I was 7 points too high. That short would have been a genius move. My sell was at 730. The short played at 723. So it is what it is. The market's not gonna do exactly what we want it to do every time. If it did, we'd all be gajillionaires. But it's gonna move. It's gonna make you some money either way. This was a lot of money was made all through all of these candles and transactions and things. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today. I want to thank anybody that price action is like watching paint dry. So it is what it is. I have other stuff to do. I got a call coming in at 1. I want to thank anybody that watched it, that tapped in and tuned in. I know I sent this to one of my business partners earlier today. Anybody that will watch it in the future, because it is money. Oh shit! Right? Did I say that? I should want it to go away, huh? Because it is money in the future. This was episode 3 because I took Wednesday off. More than likely we will be back tomorrow for the close of the week for Friday. Maybe even earlier. Right now that 8 a.m. is looking mighty toasty, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Until that's the beauty of running your own show, is you can be flexible. Until there's a dedicated audience that's expecting a certain time, we're gonna do this however it works, baby. I do think I have to make more of those reels today. There's a reason I didn't make them yesterday or Tuesday, like I said, but whatever. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. This price action yet again, like watching paint dry. So I want to thank you guys once again for watching Money in the Future, trading futures with me right here, the Nasdaq, NQ, MNQ. We definitely finished the day green, made some money. Obviously I made some money. Disclaimer, this is not financial advice, of course. This is entertainment and education. If we happen to take trades at the same time and make money at the same time, that's a win for all of us, a win-win situation. But for now, I want to thank you guys for watching Money in the Future, and I will see you next show.